Hey, good morning, everyone. It's Friday, August 23rd, the morning after TNA Impact. I got a confession to make. I no longer watch TNA on Thursday nights. Ever since the product, writing, storyline, booking, all the above have gone downhill, I've decided that I'd rather watch Impractical Jokers and Pawn Stars than watch TNA. Now, I'm sure a lot of you might call me a WWE mark, but as you can tell, I don't wear CM Punk footy pajamas. I do not wear John Cena wristbands. I am a wrestling fan. I just feel that the product in TNA has gone drastically downhill. Anyways, let's get down to my review. Alright. Obviously, if you watched TNA last night, you know Devon Dudley is the individual who is no longer with TNA. I'm not sure if this is part of the storyline or if this is actually true. What I do know, a very important person that I feel that is no longer with TNA is SoCal Val. Yes, you heard it here, breaking news. SoCal Val, after 9 years of service to TNA, is no longer with the company. I'm sure a lot of you might say that, I'm kind of being two-faced because I was extremely happy when Brooke Hogan was released from TNA. I always said that Brooke Hogan didn't bring any value or bring any importance to TNA, and I'm sure that you're going to ask me why I think SoCal Val leaving TNA is important. Here's my theory on this. After 9 years with a company, 9 years, she does whatever you ask her to do. She does everything, being released from your contract after 9 years means to me that TNA has no idea what the word seniority means. Alright? This girl has done everything you ever asked her to do. She was involved in garbage storylines, such as the one with Sanjay Dutt and Jay Lethal. She did whatever you asked her to do. And after 9 years, you release her. That to me means that no one is safe, and that the word seniority means zero to TNA. They don't care how long you're with the company. They will cut you if they need to. So, I honestly hope that SoCal Val, does something great later on. I hope she ends up in the WWE doing something. I'm not sure what. But, unfortunately, she is also no longer with the company. Pretty sad. Anyhows, I want to point out something that a lot of TNA fans have been bringing up. I feel that the low ratings in TNA has a lot to do with the product. I don't know if anyone noticed last week and this week. Last week, there was a lot of empty seats in the arena. You were able to see them because the arena was pretty well lit up. When Magnus was cutting a promo in the ring about Kurt Angle, you could see a ton of empty seats mid-arena. So, I don't know. And then this week, they had the arena lights really dimmed down, but you could tell that they had a lot of black cloth covering empty seats. And from my numbers that I've seen online, is that they drew about 1,000 people to 1,200 people. That's it. Now, we're not talking Madison Square Garden or Boston Garden. These arenas are smaller arenas. If TNA was the number 2 wrestling company in America, I would think they should be selling out smaller arenas. And the fact that they are not leads me to believe that they really are not the number 2 wrestling company. I just don't see how that's possible. How they can't sell out a smaller arena if they're number 2. If you're a wrestling fan and you watch Monday Night Raw, you'll see that wrestling is hugely popular in the United States, and if they were the number 2, they should be doing better than what they are. So, I don't know. Another thing I had a problem with last night is putting Brooke Tessmacher with Bully Ray. I feel that Brooke Tessmacher was over pretty good with the fans. I think a lot of fans really liked her, backed her. And the fact that, without explanation, they go and they put her with Bully Ray, I don't quite understand that. I know that, since Brooke Hogan is no longer with TNA, they had to kind of explain some of the things, so hopefully more comes out with that. I'm not sure. See what happens, I guess. I don't know if anyone else noticed during the knockout match last night with ODB and Gail Kim. Got zero reaction from the fans. None. That's kind of sad. I thought they put on a pretty decent match, I guess. Not sure. So, back to my original point. If TNA wants to start doing better in ratings and stuff, they got to bring up their product. You don't go out to dinner on a Saturday night and pull up to a restaurant and see that it's half empty and decide that it's a good place to go eat. Now you're probably asking what going out to dinner on Saturday night has to do with TNA. My point with that is a wrestling fan or a WWE fan that might tune into TNA flips it on, sees that the arena is half empty. They're probably not going to stay watching Impact because they're going to say, hey, if there's no one there, then, what's the point of really watching the show? It must be garbage if no one's here, no one's watching it. Something that I would love to bring up, maybe someone can answer this for me, is why is it that TNA is not trying to work with other companies? I know they brought in the Great Muta not too long ago, and they had Jeff Jarrett pictures with the Great Muta posted everywhere, but why aren't they working with other promotions in the United States? Mainly, I'm talking about Shane Douglas with the Extreme Rising, or Tommy Dreamer with what the hell does he have? House of Hardcore. They got Matt Hardy, they got John Morrison, they got Sabu. They got some guys, that have some pretty big names in wrestling, working these smaller shows that get no airtime. I'm kind of wondering why Dixie Carter or someone in TNA hasn't called, Shane Douglas or Tommy Dreamer and said, hey, look, bring some of your talent over to TNA. We'll help promote your shows, and you let us use some of your talent, and now you guys get some airtime, we get some new talent in TNA. It would be great cross promoting. Why haven't they done that? Instead, they just keep cutting their roster, they keep cutting their employees, they keep cutting their talent, and they're bringing no one in. So FYI TNA, House of Hardcore, Tommy Dreamer, he worked with you guys before. Shane Douglas, Extreme Rising, he worked with you guys before. Maybe you should make a phone call to them and, offer them a little bit of airtime in exchange for, their talent wrestling on your program. It's a great opportunity. I definitely think it would be awesome. Not to mention where WWE has gone PG and TNA is still on that little bit of an edgy line. Doing some hardcore wrestling again would be awesome. I know I'd definitely tune in on Thursday to see a little bit more hardcore wrestling. I'm sure old ECW fans would tune in. So it's just a thought. Definitely I want some comments. I've posted 2 videos about wrestling. I'm new to this whole YouTube video review rant thing, and I would definitely love to see some comments and see what people think, what they think of my ideas. And you guys have a good day. Have a good weekend. Like I said, I hope to see a comment on this video.